All right, hello, and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how to take your AOV on your digital product funnel from 27 to 47-ish dollars up to and over that $100 mark, typically up to the 250, plus depending on what you're selling. So we'll just hop straight into it. First, a few do's and don'ts of upsells. You never want to replace your original product. Your original product should always be valuable. It should always teach them everything they need to know in order to do it. Your upsell should never contradict what you just taught. You should never make the person feel like the upfront purchase is incomplete. And you never want to sell something totally unrelated. You always want to build on top of the initial offer, which is the original product, which again is an ebook, a course, a guide, whatever. You always want to make the results come faster. You want to increase the likelihood of success, and you want to add certainty and not confusion. Now, here's kind of a visualization of how it works. So the low ticket is going to be an ebook / mini course for anywhere from $27 to $97. This teaches them how to get the results. This is a complete roadmap, everything they need to know to succeed on their own. Step-by-step methodology, and this is a do-it-yourself timeline. Certainty is moderate. Now, post-purchase upsell, which is what we're going to be building today for our chest funnel. These are going to be templates / accelerators priced from $197 to $497. This is going to make results come faster. It's the same methodology, but with shortcuts included. So these could be done for you templates, swipe files and examples, shortcuts and automations, or community access. Typically, this will increase the speed by 2 to 3 times, and the certainty is higher. Now, this is a high ticket. This is where the real money is made. This is going to be coaching / done for you or done with you for $2,000 or more. And this is going to be maximum speed and certainty. You work directly with them or you do it for them. This delivers one-on-one implementation, direct access to you, done for you services or guaranteed outcomes. This is the fastest path and it's the maximum certainty. So here's some examples. So a low ticket offer could be the 12-week transformation blueprint, complete workout plan, nutrition guide, tracking sheets. The upsell is the transformation accelerator pack. This is done for you meal plans, custom workout videos, weekly check-in templates, and the high ticket one-on-one transformation coaching, which is a personalized plan, direct coaching calls, accountability. It could be personal training or whatever. And here's why this works. So each tier uses the same methodology, but it adds speed and certainty. These are the two key things that you want to introduce into your funnel. The upsell doesn't replace a blueprint. It makes following it easier. So one more time, the low ticket is the how, the upsell is the faster, and the high ticket is done. If that makes sense. So ask yourself, does this upsell help them get the same result faster, or does it take them in a different direction? If it doesn't do the latter, don't sell it. Low ticket is they do the work. Mid ticket is they do less work. High ticket, you do the work with them or for them. All right. So anyway, all that being said, this is the one we're going to be building today for our chest funnel. So last week we went through and we built out the initial product. We built out the sales page, the checkout page, and the thank you form. So the upsell pages are going to go right between the checkout and the thank you. So after they check out, they'll get access to the post-purchase upsells. So what I've done is I have created this prompt. I already know what I want my upsells to be. This is going to be a toolkit, which builds off of the first ebook, which is again how to go from $500 to $1,000 ELO in chess. And essentially, what it is a free piece vault, the kill shot vaults, and the end game and oddball vault. So this is basically getting super granular on a few things that if you learn these few things, your certainty and speed of going, past that 1,000 ELO mark on chess will be greatly exaggerated. In other words, you'll get there a lot faster with a lot more certainty. So again, just exactly what we're talking about here. So I have this prompt here, and I'm going to give this prompt to Claude, and it will go ahead and build out our upsells. In the meantime, Let's see if this has any questions before I start building out the sales pages. Okay, it looks like it's thinking here. All right, so while that's working, let's come over here and build out this here. So what you're going to do is just duplicate your sales page. Just clone your funnel step. You clone funnel step here. And we're going to build out 2 upsell pages. It's going to be the same product, but it's going to be 2 upsell pages. So actually, we can just leave this here. Let's drag this up after checkout. And let's hit edit. All right. Now, we're going to charge for this particular system. We're going to charge, I like to do anywhere between 150 and 250. I think for this one, we'll start with we'll do 147. And you always want to put, okay, so a couple things. First, this button, you're going to change it to one-click upsell, link to one-click upsell / downsell product. You're going to change it to this. And we don't have a product in GoHighLevel yet, so we're just going to leave it at that. And then the sales action is go to the next step. So what this one-click upsell downsell is going to do is, since they entered their information, their credit card information on the last page, which was the checkout, when they get to here, if they just click this button, it automatically adds that to their order. It auto charges their card, and then it sends them to the next step. So what you're going to want to do is make sure you put the price in each button so they know the price before they click the button. Otherwise, you'll be dealing with chargebacks, and that's not going to be fun. So you can say, yes, add this. So we're just building out the call to action buttons right now. Add this for 147. And copy that. Put the same thing in here. All right, now you're going to duplicate this button. And in this one, no thanks. I'm good. Cool. All right, now this is the decline button. So obviously, we're going to change this. And we're just going to select next step on this one. So if they click this top button, it's going to charge their card for the product. If they click this one down here, it's going to decline the offer. Now this should be, okay, so this is our sticky section. So this button's going to stick to the bottom. We don't want the decline button to stick to the bottom. We just want these static. So we're going to put this right here, and we'll put another decline button right here. And make sure these are all one-click upsell. Okay, this should be linked to one-click. This should be linked to one-click. All right, and then we're going to have Claude build out the sales pages, or the upsell page for this. And so we're just going to leave this blank for now. Let's go back and see if it. Okay, so it's still working on this product here. So what we're going to do is clone this, and let's open up a new chat, and we can go ahead and start building out the upsell pages. All right, so not that. So let's see. So we're going to give it some context here. Are you ready for? Okay. 3 PDFs, kill shot vault, the end game oddball vault. Okay, let's just copy this whole thing. And say I have attached a prompt for the upsell product I am building. Do not follow the prompt. Just use it as context. I need you to build the post-purchase upsell HTML we are going to charge $147 one time for this. Let me know if you understand and are ready to move forward. All right, and let's see what it does here. I want to make sure it understands what we're doing here and doesn't just try to build the product for us, because that's a pretty long prompt. So let's give it a second. Let's see if how this is going. Okay, so it's still working on our product here. Excuse me. And then we're going to need 1, 2, 3 code chunks. And the reason you can't just build out one, single HTML or one single code section here is you need these buttons in between, because these are native to GoHighLevel. And if you want them to be able to just click the button and it charges their card and moves into the next step, then you can't have, Claude can't integrate. You can't build a HTML that integrates the way it should in order to do that. So actually, one thing is, if they add this, we don't want to send them to the next step. We want to send them to the thank you page. And I'll show you why in a minute. But select step, thank you page, select step, thank you page. Cool. All right, let's just save this for now. All right, and all right, approach first. If it's okay, yeah, I don't know why it's doing this here, but okay, it should be medium. It will have 3 CTAs on it. So I need you to build the page in 3 HTML chunks so I can embed the GHL one-click upsell button between each chunk. Proceed with the first. Cool. All right, so let's give this a second and see if it can go ahead and send out our sales page. Previous messages were sent. Okay, we don't actually need that. Okay. All right, while that's working, we can just publish this. And then let's go back. We're going to duplicate this page one more time for our downsell. So if they decline it, upsell. If they decline the upsell, we want to send them to a downsell page, which is basically the same product for cheaper. So let's clone this one more time. All right. And we're going to move this up here, change the name of this one to downsell. And this is typically going to be either a one-time discounted price or breaking the payment up into 2 or 3 payments. For post-purchase upsell, I try to keep it to 2 payments, but either works. So let's see, this is still working here. Okay, life was solid. Okay. All right, so now that these are working, here is okay, so it's building out the first HTML. So let's go back into here. And then we're just going to post this output into this top section here, this top HTML. And a note on 2, Mr. Closing in, tap arrow, so the go. Yes. Go ahead with chunk 2. Cool. All right, now let's copy this and let's go ahead and put it in here. All right, and then the next one's going to go in here. All right, and this is working here. Let's open up. So this is the first piece of the where the piece goes today. Okay, so this is still working here. And here is this the second one? Okay, so it's still working on the second one. All right, so let's save this. And yeah, while that's working, let's actually take a look at this quick and see. All right, so you have the systems, now get the patterns if it catches. Your ebook teaches you how to check before every move. These vaults teach you what to check for. You see the patterns in every game under 1,000 elo, the free pieces you missed, the mate you walked into, the end game you drew when you were winning. So Vault 1 is 24 free piece patterns, hanging pieces, forks, pins, skewers, checkmate patterns, 18 checkmate patterns, and 18 endgame blunders. So this is essentially, you don't need more chess content. You just, okay. Juicing the anti-blunder system. All right, built for 500 elo, 30 minutes a day. This is actually building off of, okay. So this is actually, because I cloned the sales page, so this is, none of this down here is going to be here. So for now, it's just this here. All right, so, and then again, when they click this button, they go to the thank you page, and if they click this one, they should go to the next downsell page. And so let's go here and see if the second piece is done. Okay, very good. All right, let's paste this in here. All right. And then go for 3. Let's go ahead and get the third one done here. Give it just a minute. Let's see how this one's coming along. Okay. This one's still working. Cool. All right. All right. And then the last one is going to go in here. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. All right. Play these games, a lot of them. Your queen disappears on 12 moves and you don't know why. You sat on a square you thought was safe. This is what Vault 1 does. You're up a rook, you're winning. Then your king is in a box and it's made in 1. This is in Vault 2. You're up 2 pawns in an endgame. You push the wrong one. The game ends. Vault 3. So this is essentially going deeper and building off the first one. And yeah, the greedy pawn, lonely bishop, knight frame, smother. So these are basically just going deeper, because chess, it's something that it's not really something you can do for them, but it is something that you can increase the likelihood of success and the speed at which they get to the promised outcome, which is 1,000 elo in 90 days. And that's what this does. It increases the speed that they get there and the likelihood that they do get there at all. Now, here's the third HTML, post-purchase decline footer. Okay, we actually don't need that. All right, so now let's put this in here. And our initial post-purchase is done. Now let's do, great. Now do the same thing for the same product, but this will be the downsell. If they decline the upsell we just proposed, for this, let's do, okay, so we're going to do 147 for the initial upsell. If they decline it, we could either do 2 payments of 97. We could do 1 payment of 97. I'm sorry, not 2 payments of 97. 3 payments of like 47, or we could do 1 payment of 97. This is where split testing comes in. You're definitely going to want to test these prices. For now, if we just propose, we will do a one-time payment of, How about we do 67? 67. All right. Cool. All right, now this is going to be our downsell. So let's just save this. Let's take another look and see how the whole page came out. Here we go. All right, so play these games, a lot of them, one pattern, click the yes, the vault lands in 60 seconds. You get the free piece vault, you get the kill shot vault, and you get the end game and oddball vault for 127. So again, the initial product, it showed them how to get there, and this upsell is helping them get there faster with these specific patterns and tools that accelerates their timeline, so it increases the speed and the likelihood that they do get there. And so that is it. Now, for these buttons, let's just make sure this is right. So we'll click upsell, and then select step thank you. Okay, so once they click this button, they should be sent to the thank you page. They click here, they should be sent to the downsell, which is just going to be the next step. So that's good. All right, so that is it for that. Now for the downsell, we're going to do the same thing here. For the buttons, we're going to change those to all right, so we need to change the call to action here. So fine, yes, I'll pay 67 for this. Let me make sure that doesn't, okay, that'll work. Let's do the same thing. No thanks, I'm good. No thanks, I'm good. Okay, and this should all go to the thank you page. So one click or next step, because the next step is going to be, actually should probably do thank you page. So select the step, thank you, select the step. Step's going to be thank you page. That way, if you accidentally misorder or drag one of the steps somewhere, it still sends the funnel to the right place. And this one is click to step and thank you page. All right, so now we need to fill in these HTML here. So here's chunk one. Let's put this in here. Click save. All right, and chunk two. Paste that in there. And the third one, make sure it's done generating. Okay. And the third one goes here. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me just make sure these look right. Series of processing bundle, $67. Okay, cool. All right, so now the way this is going to work is after they get done going through the checkout, they're going to get sent to the upsell. If they decline the upsell, they will get sent to this downsell button, which basically they can get the same thing for $67. One time, no reveal, you just save $80. And again, this is great for them because they get a huge discount, and it's great for you because you can sell the same product over and over and over. But it might be the thing that stopped you from clicking yes a minute ago. Okay. Copy looks good. Close the tab and the price goes back to 147. Free piece vault, kill shot vault, end game and oddball vault. One click, same card you just used. All right, cool. All right, so that is good to go. Let's just hit publish here. Now what we have to do is actually take the upsell as soon as Claude gets done building it here. Action choice, what is going on here? Digital is empty. Okay, change plan, sir. We're going to that whole bundle of the simple Python data structure. Let everything in one sweep, the name of the three markdown files. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, for some reason it stopped generating. Okay, let's just say continue. it looks like your output got interrupted. Okay, and let's see if we can at least get an idea of what it was working on. Done. Okay. Let's see what. Okay, this is a PDF here. Okay, that's not working. Yeah, something got interrupted here. Please make sure you also add lots of visualizations and output the entire vault in PDF format. All right, so let's see if that takes. Here, let's just give it a minute. All right, now the next thing to do, while this is working, okay, yeah, well, that's working. Let's go back here. So now we need to actually create it as a product inside of GoHighLevel. So let's go here. So here's our initial ebook. Let's just hit create product. This is going to be the Blender bundle. And tax will be included in the purchase price. Yep, yes. And then one-time payment of $147. And then just hit save. And then go to pricing. Click on, actually just add another price here. The Blender bundle at 67. All right, let's add that. One-time payment of $67. All right, so we basically just added the product in here at two different price points, because at one point we're going to be selling it for $147, and the downsell, excuse me, the downsell is $67. So, all right, so this is still working, and it's probably going to take a while because this upsell is a giant vault. Yeah, it might take a minute here. So let's let it cook up. And let's go ahead and go back over to sites, and we're going to need excuse me, we're going to want to go to the upsell tab that we just created. Now, if we go over to products, we should see that product available here under the products tab. So click the Blender bundle, and the upsell price is going to be $147. All right, just click save. The downsell, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to select the other price, which is $67. All right. So now what should happen is, actually, let me make sure this is configured correctly. Okay, so now you're going to want to go all these buttons that you have here, select that product, which is the Blender bundle. Make sure you select that product. And that the sales action, so after they click the button, they're sent to the thank you page. Okay, same thing here, looks good. And then the no thanks, I'm good, sends them to the downsell. Same thing here, send them to the downsell, and just click save. And then publish. All right, now let's go and do the same thing to the downsell. Make sure we select that product, which is the Blender bundle, and select step thank you. And product is a Blender bundle, and thank you page, step to thank you page, select the product, thank you page, and thank you page. All right, cool. So just to help you visualize what happens here, so they land on the sales page, then they go to the checkout page. After they check out, they get sent to the upsell page. If they accept the upsell, they get sent directly to the thank you page. If they decline the upsell, they get sent to the downsell page. And then regardless whether or not they accept or decline the downsell, they get sent to the thank you page. if that makes sense. So because you don't want to, if they accept the upsell, you don't want to then try to sell them the same product that they just paid for, obviously. So let's go back and see how this is coming along. So it looks like Claude is still working. Yeah, still working on our patterns here. The next thing, the only other thing we really have to do for the upsells is just to create a workflow so that when they actually purchase it, it gets sent to them. So come over here to automations, and we're going to create a workflow. Got it. Let's just create workflow, start from scratch. Okay, and we're going to add a new trigger, and this is going to be a payment received. So this workflow is going to trigger when you receive a payment. Now you're going to want to add a couple filters. The one filter is the payment status. So you want the payment status to be successful. So in other words, when you receive a payment that is successful, that's when this workflow will trigger. If the product is Blunder Bundle, there we go. So what this is going to do is it's going to trigger this workflow when somebody has paid and the payment has been successful and the payment was for the Blunder Bundle. That's when we want this thing to fire off. So now we just hit save. And then when we want to hit tag, because we want to add a contact tag, and then just hit Blunder Bundle upsell. So just hit add new tag. Okay, so what it's going to do is every time somebody purchases the Blunder Bundle, it adds this tag to their contact, so you can go through and see who all has and who all has not purchased the upsell. And then you're going to add in an email. This is just going to be send email, and this is going to be from Tim or from whoever. And you just put in the email that you use to sign up for GoHighLevel. For now, we're just going to do Tim at obsidious.ai. Subject, your Blunder Bundle access. And then here, we're just going to add their first name. So it's going to be contact first name. And then thank you for purchasing the Blunder Bundle system. Blunder Vault, actually, not system. Vault. This vault is designed to increase the speed at which you surpass 1,000 ELO. You can access the vault by clicking here, and then we're just going to hyperlink the word here with the actual link of the product as soon as we get it back from Claude. And then if you have any questions, feel free to reply to this email. Okay, questions, that's not spelled right. Best Tim. All right, sweet. Let's put a little space in here, a space in there. All right, now we'll just save that. I think autosave is actually on. Okay, cool. And we'll name this workflow Blunder Bundle Delivery. Cool. So let's just go back over this real quick. So this workflow is going to trigger when somebody has successfully, right here, successfully paid for the Blunder Bundle. It's then going to add this Blunder Bundle upsell tag to their contact so that you can then search, for this tag, and anybody with that tag will have bought the bundle. And then you're going to send them an email with their access to the bundle. All right, so let's go back and see if Claude is about done with this. So it's still working. Again, this might take a minute just because it's quite the large. All right, so it looks like Claude has just finished up with our vault here. So we have the free piece vault. This is going into just more in depth on free pieces. Okay, just make sure it didn't make any errors here. Okay, everything looks good. Wrong guard, okay, very good. All right, let's take a look at this one, which is it's another PDF. All right, so yeah, we are showing backrank mates, backrank checkmate, the window. Okay, the boxed king. Okay, so this is end games, and the oddball. Okay, stalemate, frozen king, stare down. Okay, cool. This is actually all really, really good. So let's just download all three of these. Just click download this one too, and that one as well. Now let's go back into GoHighLevel. Let's come back to media storage. And we're going to drag these three in there. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So now we have the, say, Blender Bundle number 3. Okay, so we uploaded this one twice. So we can move that one to the trash. We need this one, the kill shot. Okay, so Blender Bundle 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So now we have all three pieces to the vault. Let's duplicate this tab. Now let's go back to our automation and open up that same workflow we're just working in, and we're going to have to build out 3 different links, one for each of these products. So come down here to our email, and let's do this. You can access the, let's see, the kill shot vault. Actually, let's say the first one is a free piece vault. The free piece vault here. Okay. You can access the kill shot vault here. You can access the oddball in game. Let's capitalize this. Oddball end game vault here. All right, now we're just going to link all 3 of these accordingly. So let's get the link for number 1. Let's hyperlink it here. So you just select the word here and then hit Control V on your keyboard, and it'll paste that link to here. And do the same thing with number 2, which is this one, get link. Paste that here. And endgame oddball vault, get link. Put that here. Save action. All right, let's just take a look at this here. So let's see. Okay, so now when they get this email, it should show up correctly. Okay, so the free piece vault, perfect. And then the second link they get is this one here. Let's check this one out. All right, the kill shot vault, perfect. And the third one is the oddball endgames, which is here. Endgame and oddball vault. All right, perfect. So that is essentially it. So now what's going to happen is whenever somebody, again, clicks on your upsell or the downsell, they get sent their product. That is essentially it for the back end of it. Let's just cover the front one more time. So again, they go to the sales page, they hit the call to action, they go to the checkout page, the upsell, and then from the upsell, they'll either go to the thank you page or to the downsell, and then from the downsell to the thank you page, where they can then access their initial product on the thank you page, and their upsells will be emailed to them. So that is essentially it for this one. What you can expect if you've set everything up correctly, and if your upsell slash downsell, if it's a good product and if it actually fixes the market, which you'll find out once you test it, your AOV should move up significantly from the $27 product. We should be getting closer to, with this particular one, probably closer to over $70, probably. But again, we'll figure that out. We'll find out when we actually run ads to it. So that's it for this video. In the next one, we'll actually run traffic to this page. So we'll go through building out the ads, hooking up Facebook to your GoHighLevel account for attribution, and we'll actually create some ads and launch them. And we'll see how this funnel performs. So that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next.